Today we're making Methocel 2% stock suspension. It's used in various industries as a thickening agent or a binder. So pharmaceuticals, the food industry, cosmetics, even construction is pretty much used everywhere. In the drug industry, it's used for water and organic soluble drug compounds, and its polymer structure allows for increased viscosity. Advantages of using Methocel are that its physical properties allow for controlled release of drug compounds as part of a hydrophilic matrix system. That's depending on the particular Methocel formulation, and the E4M Premium CR Methocel that we use actually is the controlled release form. Methocel has the ability to be used in various types of formulations, including topical, ocular, and oral formulations. And when consumed, it is non-toxic, non-digestible, and used as a bulk forming laxative. The beyond use date. So USP Chapter 795 defines the beyond use date as a date after which a compounded non-sterile preparation should not be used. It's determined from the date that it's compounded, and it's basically taking into account the stability information of all of the compounds. Depending on how the actual compound is going to be used, whether it's going to be consumed orally or used as a topical formulation, the beyond use date changes. As far as orally, no longer than 14 days or the earliest expiration date of any ingredient used, whichever is shorter.
The materials needed are a stirring bar, a metal spatula, a hot plate, a strainer, a beaker, a graduated cylinder, a weight boat, a scale, and a bottle to put the gel in. The first ingredient needed is Methocel, which is the gelling agent. The second is water, which is used as a vehicle, and the third is dye to give it a cool blue color. First, you're going to place 49 milliliters of water into a beaker, and then you'll set the beaker on the hot plate while adding a stirring bar. Make sure to stir until it becomes steamy. The steam must be present on the inside of the beaker. The next step is to place your weight boat on the scale. Make sure you tare it beforehand and measure out 2 grams of the Methocel. Next, while stirring with a spin bar, slowly sift the Methocel into step 1 using a strainer. The use of a strainer helps to ensure small particle size. Allow to mix for 30 seconds. When the Methocel is dispersed and free of clumps, turn off the heat and add 49 milliliters of cold water and stir for 1 minute. Add the blue dye for a cool color. Once the mixture has been stirred for 1 minute, turn it off and transfer to a bottle and allow to cool and continue the gel. Here's your final product.
Today we're making Carbomer 0.5% and 50% alcohol topical gel. It's a topical drug delivery vehicle for water and alcohol-soluble compounds, and is used to treat cutaneous manifestations of disease, depending on what active ingredient you use. So, for example, if you added coal tar, it will be used to treat psoriasis and other coal tar-responsive dermatoses. The advantages of alcohol topical gels: they're non-invasive drug delivery methods. They can be applied directly to the affected sites. They're easy to prepare and use, and with alcohol gels specifically, they're less greasy and generally absorb faster than creams and ointments. The beyond use date for alcohol topical gels is no longer than 30 days or the earliest expiration date of any ingredient used, whichever comes first.
We'll be using trolamine as a stabilizer, Carbomer as a gelling agent, alcohol and water as vehicles. The calculations for this lab are some basic ratios and proportions because the lab manual has the final product written as 450 milliliters, and we are making 100 milliliters. So the ethyl alcohol should end up being 71.4. The Carbomer 940 NF should end up being 0.5 grams. The trolamine NF should end up being 0.66 milliliters. And then the purified water is going to be quantity sufficient to make 100 milliliters, and so it's going to be 25% of that and going to be 25 milliliters when you get to that step. The materials used for this lab are a scale, a metal spatula, a weigh bow, a bottle to put the gel in, 2 beakers. You're going to need 2 graduated cylinders, a hot plate, a stir rod, and a sifter. First, we measured out 25 milliliters of purified water and added them to the beaker. Next, we used a syringe to measure 0.66 milliliters of trolamine. It worked best when we tilted the weigh boat to the side to eliminate the formation of bubbles. Then we added the trolamine to the water that we had already measured. Next, we measured out 71.4 milliliters of alcohol and added it to a beaker on the hot plate, where we then turned the stirring feature on and added the stirring rod. Next, we measured out 0.5 grams of carbomer using the scale. In a separate beaker with moderate mixer speed, sift the carbomer into the rubbing alcohol. Do not allow the vortex to splash on the bottom of the sifter. Transfer the alcohol mixture into a bottle. Next, add the trolamine mixture on top of that, and then cap it and shake it gently to avoid trapping bubbles in the gel solution. Once gel consistency is obtained, bring it to the final volume of 100 milliliters with purified water. Mix until uniform.
Here's your final product.